I want to just tell you a couple of things, and then I know you had a question at least, and I don't know if anyone else does, so we'll open it up. But I just wanted to tell you a couple of things. I start every morning out at 5 o'clock in the morning. I start drinking my coffee and plotting my day and preparing and getting my kids ready and getting the family ready and getting everything packed up for the day. And I end usually between 11 and 10 and 11 p.m. every single night. And I'll tell you this, I'm running for governor because I love our state. But I know we need a governor who can get things done and fix problems that Michiganders are confronting. I talked to a woman the other day, and she said, I have 2 minutes. What's the most important thing I need to know about you? All right, so of course the wheels started turning in my head. 2 minutes. What can I tell her? I could have told her, that I'm a former prosecutor. I could have told her I'm a former leader in the legislature. I could have told her I'm a lawyer. I could have told her I took care of my mom at the end of her life. I could have told her a whole lot of different things. But what I settled on was I'm a mom. I got kids. I've got 2 daughters and I've got 3 stepsons. And I don't accept excuses in my household, and I don't think that we should accept excuses from our government. There are too many people in Michigan who are falling behind because our leaders have forgotten that they work for us. I've been working since I was 12 years old. I'm a hard-working person. I just told you about how early my days start and how late they go every single day. But every single day on this campaign trail, which I have been a full-time candidate for over a year and a half now, I've been in all 83 counties. I'm showing up because I know that in order for us to win, in order for us to actually fix problems, we have to show up and stay focused on the things that matter to people. But here's what I know. Every day there's someone or something that reminds me why I'm doing this, why I'm working so hard to win this election and to get us, to a place where we are the ones setting the agenda. Not long ago I was invited to come in and read with some children at the Detroit Children's Hospital. I was reading with 2 boys, one was 5 and one was 11. Both had their moms there. One had his grandma there as well. We got done reading, and I just want you to envision this. These are 2 boys in their hospital gowns. One's hooked up to an IV. We got done reading, and the mom of the 5-year-old was trying to get her son to talk to me. So she said, she's running for governor. What do you think she should work on? And this little boy thought for a second, and he said, I want everyone to be able to read. Now, I don't know how many of you hang out with 5-year-olds, but they don't usually lobby for literacy, right? Usually they want a later bedtime or more candy. Maybe he saw Betsy DeVos on 60 Minutes. I don't know. That would do it. Make us all that activists. But he said, I want everyone to be able to read. The 11-year-old chimed in right away, and he was very serious, and he said, I want everyone to have clean drinking water. And his grandma said to him, tell her where you're from, and he said, I'm from Flint, and I want everyone to have clean drinking water. And you can just think about the stress that Michigan kids feel right now, where they have a moment to say what is important, and one says literacy, and the other is focused on drinking water. I turned to the moms, and I said, okay, what do you moms want me to work on? And they both said a variation of the same answer, which is, I just want you to fix the damn roads. All right, the mom from Flint was really animated when she said it, and so I knew there had to be a story there, and I said, why are the roads your #1 issue? Right. And she said, because I've got 3 kids at home, I've got a son in the hospital, I'm driving up and down 75 every day, and she hit a pothole that absolutely devastated one of the wheels on her car. Now, I complain about, I replaced a couple of windshields and one tire, but you can drive with a broken windshield, you cannot drive with a busted rim on your car. And so it sidelined her for a whole day. She had come up with hundreds of dollars to fix her car to get back on the road. She missed time in the hospital with her son and had to, solicit some help to put the money together because most people don't have a couple $100 that they can just put on a credit card. And so this is money that could have been used toward rent or groceries or prescriptions, whatever. But these are the things that government's supposed to do. These are the things that you can't rely on private business to come in and fix our roads, to clean up our drinking water, to educate our children. It's on us. And when government fails to do it, we all pay. We pay in the form of fixing our cars when the government should be fixing the roads, or to hiring a tutor for our children, or buying bottled water. That's not what Michigan's all about. This was the place people used to come to for opportunity. So that's what this is all about for me. I think of my kids every single day. When I turn on my tab, I'm thinking about the families in Flint that are still worried. I just left church in Flint and the mom was showing me all the rashes on her arm and telling me, describing what her kids, how they've responded to the water. And I don't know if they'll ever have trust in government again, but by God, I'm gonna do my best to earn it back and to do right by the people of Flint. But we all need a governor who thinks that way and works that way and stays focused on the fact that they work for us. So that's what this is all about. I've just described my long days on the campaign trail. So I only did that because I want you to know I don't take for granted the work that you're doing on my behalf, on our behalf. I don't forget what this is all about, and I just want you to know how much I appreciate whether you're getting on the phones or you're hitting the doors or you walk in a parade with me on the 4th of July and it's 95 degrees, which it was, or all of the different ways that we all contribute to this. I hear people talking about this blue wave, and I hate that phrase because I just don't want anyone to think we're gonna ride this into a victory. This is the fuel of the wave. People that are on the doors and doing the hard work. So thank you very much for helping me. I really am so energized by people who are showing up just like you every single day, and I won't forget who I work for and where I come from and what this is all about. So thank you. So I don't want to put you on the spot, but you said you had a question, so you're hoping I'd open it up.
And I'm going to defer to someone else.
Okay.
I'll be back though.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know that. My friend Carl Williams and I went in 2000 together and served together. And so I'm so grateful that you're here. And Mike Hanley and Vanessa, you're doing an amazing job in the house. Yes. But you got to have someone who's got your back and does yourself. Yes. So. Yeah.
What's your plan to unite the party when you win?
So.
And how are you going to provide that sort of leadership to unite the state, right?
Well, a couple of things. First and foremost, primaries. I've never had a race where I didn't have a primary, and it's a part of our process, and that's fine. I think it makes us stronger, frankly, as a party. It also makes me sharper as a candidate. We've had 20 debates across the state of Michigan, so I think that we've all gotten better because of it. But I also have used every opportunity to ensure that I use my podium to say, whoever wins this primary, I'm getting behind. And I hope that everyone on the stage can say that. I don't ever attack my opponents, my Democratic opponents. We are different, and certainly records are worth highlighting, but I don't ever attack them. They're throwing some sharp elbows at me. I can take it, because I know at the end of the day, we gotta get everyone on the same page. I also know that, because of that, I think that'll make it easier to do that. But I also know that Phil Schuette will help us coalesce too, right? Because as tough as it is coming out of Washington, D.C., he is cut from the same cloth. And so I think that will make a very sharp contrast for us, and will make ours a campaign that a lot of people can find their way to. So, yeah.
Good question. He took my question.
Okay.
Sorry. Great minds.
And I want to make sure too, right, that this isn't about me. This is not just about the governor's race. We gotta pull as many Democrats over the finish line as we can. I don't want to be a veto governor, right? I want us to set the agenda. I want Vanessa to be in a majority. I want her to be chairing committees and to be a real partner so that we can push through an agenda. And it matters. Every individual seat that we can pick up in the House and in the Senate gives us so much more strength in setting the agenda. And that's why I'm always working to make sure that the House candidates and the Senate candidates, no matter what county I'm in, that we're promoting and we're pulling every Democrat across that finish line that we can.
That was pretty much my
Okay. Everywhere I go, people are talking about the environment because of what's going on at the federal level. Mm-hmm. And obviously the Environmental Destruction Agency is not really doing the types of things that are going to help us. But the states seem to have some pull here. Do you think that the governor's office in Michigan can move in a direction that would, keep our water? We have a lot of water around here.
Absolutely.
And so you have some ideas on
I think right now right now, more than ever, governors matter, right? Whether it's pushing back on the agenda that's coming out of Washington, D.C., whether it's showing the world what kind of leadership we want and expect in this country, whether it's about getting organized and rebuilding the blue wall that used to run through Michigan, right? These are all critical things that are going to be a result of this governor's race. You know, I look and see what Jerry Brown's doing, or Cuomo in New York, or you know, Inslee in Washington State. They're taking a stand. They're pulling back their National Guard troops, you know, in an unlawful immigration stance by the president. They're filing lawsuits on behalf of the children that have been separated. We've got one of the numbers that I saw recently, 62 children have been brought to Michigan in the dead of night after they've been separated from their families. A governor can, you know, take a stand and use the power of the state executive office, but also in the creation of departments. So there are so many different levers of power in the executive office, from the appointment of cabinet members to the appointment of people on the bench in communities across Michigan, to the setting of the agenda through the budget, through signing bills as they come through the legislature, to using the bully pulpit. Every one of those is a lever of power. And as a former legislator, I know how important those are and how we can use them to accomplish our mutual agenda. Making sure that we've got cabinet members heading up departments that are actually experts in the field that they're supposed to be overseeing, that are going to carry forward our agenda. Building a caucus of the Great Lakes states, creating a department of the freshwater, the Department of Great Lakes and Freshwater. That's what I'm going to do as governor, to say we are not going to sustain any corporate threats to our freshwater. It is all of ours, and we have a duty to protect it. 21% of the world's freshwater is in and around Michigan. It's criminal what is being done, whether it's it's a line going through the Straits of Mackinac, or it's Nestle that's pulling as much as they want out, or it's Flint that still cannot reliably turn on and use their tap water. All of these are aspects of that, and yes, a governor can make a big difference. Yeah?
I have time for one question.
I've got-
Okay.
I'm just a guy in the street going by to get a coffee.
Okay, well, you want to knock some doors with us?
Well, I see, I know you're representing the UAW, right?
I'm endorsed by the UAW, yes. Yeah.
Endorsed by them, which is, I'm a union
All right.
retiree, so I like that. But I'm wondering, because I really don't care for either party, where they're at. Obviously Trump, we know why, I don't like him, we can't figure that out. And you shouldn't even be here. But I don't like the Democrats because you come on, you're in corporate America and capitalism, they own the press, the media. And all the crap they throw out there, people eat it up, just like Hollywood Squares, gossip shows, sitcoms. They want juicy, sexy stuff. Democrats have none of that. You're like a Hallmark card. I hope you get well. And to me, that hasn't got the huevos that we need to fight all this evil stuff that's taken us back a century.
Yep.
Where is that fight going to be? Where are you going to stop being so nice?
Hey, well,
And find some force.
I understand you just walked in literally off the street.
Yes.
But what I encourage you to do is check out my record. I was known as the one that was throwing sand in the gears on my own party, but also on, mostly with the Republicans. When a governor of our own party started pulling money out of school aid fund, I took her on because I knew it was wrong, and I knew that the next guy would use that as an excuse to keep raiding my kids' education, and that's exactly what's happening in Michigan. I stand up and speak truth to power, and I am proud of that. People don't like the fact that I'm saying fix the damn roads, but you know what? That's how we all feel. We're frustrated because the status quo isn't helping anyone.
But the roads
So-
is a second, excuse me, but the roads is I mean, it's important to all of us, but secondary. The thing is the lie. The propaganda they use to make us just kind of, oh, okay, we won't get too upset. We've caused war, we've gone to Vietnam, it was a mistake, we've gone 9/11, the war was a mistake, and yet we let them do this sort of thing. And now what are we fighting for? Roads? Give me a
So
break.
when I'm a union organizer, and the first time I met Gretchen, was when she was trying to take arrest, and the state police wouldn't arrest us in the dome of the state capitol when they were gutting collective bargaining rights. And so the reason that I would love Abdul. He's a great candidate. But this is the person here, for me as a unionist, this woman is willing to put it on the line, and she does have the cojones or whatever.
We're
Yeah, she
gonna go
does.
back.
She's a fighter. She is a fighter. That's why I'm here, and that's why I'm supporting her.
With that being said,
You're
I'd
absolutely
like
right.
to
No,
get my question.
we need to fight. We need.
That's
She's a
right,
fighter.
we do need to fight,
It's
that's
none
what
of
this
that,
is
none
all
of that
about.
Hallmark card stuff. We gotta get.
We'll talk.
We
We'll
gotta
talk.
get a source. We gotta fight. And I'll be having coffee for Red Eye. Come
I'll
on
be at
over.
Red Eye.
We'll have some fun.
All right, thank you, I'm glad you popped in, yes. All right, you, and then unfortunately, we're gonna have to
I
wrap it
heard
up,
it.
so yes.
I have a pet peeve.
Okay.
It's an issue,
Okay,
and I've been victimized by that issue. I decided to get off the sideline, get involved. What drew me to you is you said, let's fix the damn roads. I said, with that kind of gumption, she means business. I've heard a lot of rhetoric. I didn't just come here yesterday. I've been in the world a little while. So I know what goes into politics, how people always want to come to you with what they think you want to hear. But at the end of the day, you usually get what you ask for. And I haven't heard anybody ask for this, but I'm going to ask you, and I'm going to work for you. As governor, the head of the state police works for you.
yep,
Will you stop racial profiling in this community? I have proof that it exists. I've been victimized by it more than one time. It's an issue with me. I'm everywhere and nowhere in this city, if you understand what I'm saying. And I see it, and I'm sick of it.
yes. I'm gonna work my tail off to make sure that happens. I'm gonna make sure that doesn't happen just in Saginaw, but across the state of Michigan. You're not the first person that's raised this issue, and you won't be the last until we have someone at the top who's gonna live their values. You know, when the colonel of the state police posted racist stuff on her Facebook page, going after Colin Kaepernick and people that were respectfully protesting, she should have been fired. She should have been fired, and she was not. In fact, she's still working on our dime and making more because she's beyond her pension, so she's collecting that and collecting her paycheck, right? I will work my tail off to make sure that we've got a diverse group of people that are enforcing the law, that the people that are enforcing the law have got the appropriate training, and that they are wearing body cameras. But racial profiling is a reality. The racist implications of all the decisions that were made around the water source in Flint, that's a reality. That's not me looking at the situation and saying what I think. They've studied it. They know what all of the implications are, the environmental racism that was inherent in all the decisions around Flint. So yes, that is 100% where I come from and what my goal is. I can't speak to exactly what you have confronted because I don't know if it was in the county, if it was in the city, if it was the state police, but I can tell you that it will not be tolerated, and we will go use every tool at our
It's
disposal.
mostly the state.
The state police,
It's mostly the state
Okay.
in this city.
then that is completely under the direction of the governor's office, and will be my priority.
I don't have any more questions.
Okay. Okay, so Dana, am I handing this over to you?
Yeah, so I'm Dana, I'm Gretchen's field director. This is Ron Owens, he's our deputy political director. I know a few of you have to go, but we would love if everyone could stay and hear a little bit about Gretchen's message, which we'll be spreading on the doors and the phones today. So we're gonna pass out some scripts so people can hear kind of what we're saying. And we'd love if you could stick around for a few minutes, even if you do have to head out after that. But for anyone who's interested and who is committed to spreading Gretchen's message, we do need lots of help doing that in Saginaw. So we'd really appreciate it if folks could stick around and either go out and knock some doors or stay here and make some phone calls. So I'm going to pass out some scripts, and I'm going to hand it over to Ron, who will go through those scripts with us.
And I can't